Half a day, everybody. Here are your island news headlines. I'm Jason Salas. Well, one of the sailors who arrived aboard the carrier, the USS Theodore Roosevelt, is a daughter of Guam who got quite the warm welcome as she got off the ship at Naval Station. Nestor LeConte reports on the homecoming of Jolynn St. Nicholas.
Among those anxiously waiting for Jolynn's arrival were her mom, Josephine Perez, beaming with pride over her daughter's service and her selfless devotion to her kids.
She wanted to secure her family and knew that the military would be the one that would take care of her and the children and when they grow up and her husband. So she said, this is my career.
Also waiting ashore was a surprise. Jolynn's daughter Avery flew on a military flight from Hawaii just to see her mom.
It's been a really long time since she's been home, so I just wanted to be part of the whole entire experience with her coming home, just make it 10 times greater.
Jolynn was one of the first sailors to disembark, so she could finally receive the warm welcome of her family.
Who brought you here?
Oh, I came by myself.
This is a surprise. Oh my gosh. It's a great feeling.
The 10-year veteran is an air traffic controller aboard the USS Roosevelt. She described the homecoming as a blessing, made all the more better by the warm embrace of family.
It's a great feeling to be home. Thank you, Navy, for pulling in finally. I did just check in August 15th, so far it's been a challenge as my first carrier, being back as a leader as a first class, so a lot of challenges ahead of me, but I'm ready to serve.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor LeConte.
All right, Nestor, thanks so much. Well, imagine now living minutes from one elementary school, but having your child bust villages away to another. That very conundrum has DOE looking into the reassignment of attendance areas for public schools.
We see students that are bused NCS passing Okadu High School to get to John F. Kennedy High School. You have students living in Dedido who are going to Antolon Middle School. So there's definitely needs to be a revisit on the attendance areas.
Deputy Superintendent Erica Cruz said the department is looking into this issue in the hopes of promoting efficient busing as well as ensuring students are provided enough rest time in the morning. She said with current start times, some high school students are waiting at bus stops by 5 a.m.
Research shows that students need at least 8 to 10 or even 12 hours of rest. And that's what we're looking at primarily in the secondary level. Obviously, we're in the field of education and we want to ensure that students are academically successful. And part of being academically successful is to ensure that students are getting enough rest before they come to school. And then obviously getting the proper meal and breakfast and obviously lunch.
She said DOE will be working closely with the Department of Public Works to determine how best to address this issue with the resources available. In addition, DOE is surveying parents, teachers, and students to determine how best to serve their needs in years to come.
Also, Island Teachers guide the community's future leaders, but year after year, it's a struggle to fill instructional vacancies at DOE. Now, despite this, one program aimed at teacher retention is facing a shortage of teacher mentors.
Joseph Fernandez was only 18 years old when he first started as an on-call substitute teacher at the Guam Department of Education.
So I did that for a couple of years and I figured, wow, this is maybe something I could do, as a career.
Fast forward 20 years and Fernandez is now one of 4 teacher mentors, providing support to first through third year certified teachers throughout the district.
The goal is to help make sure that there's a successful and satisfied teacher in every classroom, and also the main goal is to help accelerate their teaching practice, and the number one goal, of course, is to impact student achievement.
Mentors meet with teachers up to twice per week for an entire year, with third grade UP elementary teacher Eliza Anderson saying her experience was nothing short of phenomenal.
It helped me understand more of my functions, what I should do and not do in my profession.
But while the program has been fairly successful with a retention rate of 87%, the number of mentors working at DOE has dropped significantly from 14 in 2007 to only 4 this school year.
We mentor teachers first through third year, but ideally we want to get them in their first year. And that's been kind of a struggle with our program. But, you know, we're working on it. We're trying to provide support to all of them. And in the past, we've actually, when we had 14 mentors, we actually even supported limited term teachers as well.
For Anderson, she wasn't able to avail of the program until her third year. Superintendent John Fernandez said that given the perennial teacher shortage, he hopes to develop more interest in the profession and do more to retain educators already in the system, whether they're certified, limited term, or substitute teachers.
Well, we have a lot of substitutes as well who are interested in being in the classroom but may not yet be fully committed to a teaching career. So before we go recruit off island, I think the first effort is to try to recruit the existing teachers or those who are interested in being teachers and who are already working in our school system.
He said the only challenge is the department's limited resources, though reinforcing the teacher pipeline is one of his top priorities.
Well, another Island News headlines, the National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day event was a success. The DEA says a total of 452 pounds of prescription medication was collected on Guam, in addition to 44 pounds in the CNMI. Residents are reminded that unused prescription drugs cannot be tossed in the garbage or flushed because they could possibly contaminate the groundwater. The collection drive is also intended to combat prescription drug abuse, the fastest growing drug abuse in the mainland. Check out dea.gov for more information. Well, in an event not your typical promotion ceremony, young adults were headed for a life of crime, and rather than keep on that path, the Judiciary's Juvenile Drug Court Program provides a year of intensive intervention and rehab for youths 14 to 17. In a ceremony this week, 16 minors charged with substance abuse graduated from the program, enabling for their cases to be dismissed and expunged. Judge Anita Sokola, during the ceremony, addressed the therapeutic court's graduates, saying, quote, "Your journey was not an easy one. We are here to celebrate you because you never gave up." Well, also tonight, an industry initiative is to break the gender norms, and on Saturday, dozens of girls worked up a sweat learning the skills of the construction field. Here's more on the 7th annual Pizza, Pop, and Power Tools event.
She can operate power tools. This girl can put out a fire. And your eyes aren't fooling you, that's a girl behind the wheel of a backhoe truck. While they're pretty in pink hard hats, the hope is these young girls will consider pursuing careers out of the gender norms. That's careers in construction, maintenance or pipeline trades, project management, engineering, and architecture.
We have our 7th annual Pizza, Pop, and Power Tools event.
Anne-Marie Pelobello is the Apprenticeship Safety Education Administrator for the Guam Contractors Association and President of the National Association of Women in Construction. For the 7th year in a row, they've partnered with the GCA Trades Academy to give middle and high school girls an unforgettable hands-on experience. Girl power was on full display at Saturday's event, which featured female instructors in the industry who shared their experience working in the trades.
We have about 58 young girls today participating in this event, and we have bucket truck, backhoe, plumbing, carpentry, tile setting, as well as fire safety.
And that's not a handbag. Girls carried home with them a wooden toolbox they built themselves.
So in this area we have the carpentry going on where the girls can actually build toolboxes, personalize it, and bring it back to be judged during the Excellence in Construction Award on November 3rd.
A hard day's work wouldn't be complete without.
In this year's event, what's new to this event is after the event's all done, they have an opportunity to have some shave ice and cotton candy to cool off and have a sweet treat for themselves.
We are going to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned. We're back after this.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
We value relationships because when we commit,
I love you guys until you're 80, until you're 90, until you're 100, forever.
We are in it for the long run, so you can enjoy the moments that matter. Because when we commit to relationships, We never stop caring. Calvo's Select Care, health care that is always there for you.
Find your reason to celebrate with a brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 8 at IT&E.
When you know what you want and you want it great, look no further than Ruby Tuesday's new Steakhouse Sensations menu. Choose from a 20-ounce dry aged prime bone-in ribeye or an 8-ounce filet mignon tenderloin. Either steak seared to your preference and served with 2 specialty sides, like Denancy mashed potatoes, grilled asparagus, or roasted Brussels sprouts. Enjoy surf and turf and add a succulent lobster tail or tender grilled salmon fillet to complete your meal. This plus a whole lot more. It's Steakhouse Sensations for a limited time and only at Ruby Tuesday, Guam.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome. We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Ariola at 472-6114.
It's back and bigger than ever. The big deal is going on now at Triple J. 0 down, 1.9% financing plus a $500 Kmart gift certificate. Save big with deals like the Ford F-150 at $266 per paycheck, the Mazda CX-3 at $154, the Kia Optima at $169 per paycheck, or the Honda Accord at $193 per paycheck. Stop by today or visit us online at triplejguam.com and see print ads for details. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. Triple J, 33 years of putting customers first.
The KUAM Care Force is proud to announce our annual food drive to benefit the Salvation Army. Every year, we call on the community to come together and give to those in need. Donations of non-perishable food items may be dropped to the KUAM studios in Harmon up until Wednesday, November 22nd. All donors will have the chance to sign our We Can Make a Difference wall, and large organizations and schools can fill out their message in advance by downloading the sign on KUAM.com and KUAM News mobile app. Let's show everyone that we can make a difference in our community.
This message is brought to you by the KUAM Care Force.
This week's episode of Rehash just has 2 people, and it is my esteemed pleasure to be the last person to interview Isa Baza because you are going on to other opportunities, as everybody well knows.
Yes, and I'm so sad to be leaving my KUAM family because I had so much fun with you guys. It's kind of like coworkers turned family, but I'm excited to venture on to this new journey as the PIO for DOE.
And ironically, and probably fortuitously, you actually covered education for a number of years. So, you know, that brings me to ask, like, what were some of your favorite moments covering education?
Okay, some of my favorite moments covering education. Well, just earlier today, we did kind of a fun story. I think I like the fun stories because a lot of time with the news we focus on the negative. So today we did a story about, or on Friday, about the sailors visiting Guam and just going out and visiting all the kids. And so they're paying with activities. And so that's one of my, I just like those positive stories at DOE.
You actually, and have seen in like the 3+ years that you've been here at KUAM, you know, watching young kids maybe say like, oh, I started watching you when I'm a freshman in school and now I'm already a senior, or I went from high school to college and everything. So you were directly a part of people's lives for quite some time.
Maybe. I think one of my favorite moments that you bring it up now is when I was the keynote speaker at the Jose Rios Middle School promotion ceremony, and so that was really cool because I actually went to Jose Rios Middle School, and I did talk to a lot of those kids, and I did see some of them later when they went to high school, and they were saying, oh, hey, I remember you from speaking at my school. So
very nice.
Fun moments like that.
And if they walk up to you and amen you, then you really feel old.
Definitely.
Well, one story that you covered for us a couple years ago, very, very sensitive, very, very high-impact story was Typhoon Dolphin when it hit Saipan. You actually went up there and saw firsthand, and you went around and talked to people. Like, what kind of impact did that have on you?
Well, definitely, one of the cool things about working at KUAM is you get all of these unique experiences that you might not get anywhere else, and it's definitely, you have to kind of think on your feet, and it's definitely challenging, but a learning experience. So Typhoon Dolphin, there was no internet, no power in Saipan, no running water after that typhoon. It just kind of really ravaged the entire island. And so I was there with our intern, Andrew, and it was his second day on the job. And we didn't have a car. We borrowed cars from our families, but the situation was so bad that you had to wait in line 6 hours for a $20 ration of gas. And I had no idea where I was going. There was no GPS. At one point, it was taking an hour to send a 1-minute video. So I was borrowing internet from people at the hotels, and it was just an adventure, but a great learning experience. And so those are the kind of things you get to do as a journalist. I'm definitely going to miss that. Okay, well, those were some of the more memorable moments of your career. We'll leave the last 15 seconds to you now. How about some bloopers? Bloopers. What were some things that you maybe stumbled across, or times when you were trying to be Miss Professionalism and be like, oops? Well, I've definitely stumbled a lot. I mean, there's all these bloopers that you don't get to see on the news. Maybe you see me walking, but there's probably 15 times I was walking before that and tripped. One thing I do want to say, some of my other favorite shoots were, so many cool experiences with the U.S. military, flying onto aircraft carriers. I even interviewed these people who were sailing around the world on a sailboat, got to go out to their sailboat, interviewed researchers, so just so many cool things that I'm definitely going to miss. Well, you have a lifetime of stories to tell and to share now and everything, and we are truly going to miss you. Thanks, Jace. I'm going to miss you guys so much. You'll just be down the street. I'll be around. Well, good luck in everything you do. Thank you, Jason. All right, and please stay tuned, everybody. We are back right after this.
It's Hyundai's Kickoff to Savings event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Score big, save big with the all-new redesigned Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. Gain those extra yards with up to 45 miles per gallon highway and an introductory savings of $4,500. Or check out Guam's best offensive line, like a new Accent starting at $11,995, or the new Elantra starting at $16,995. How about the new Tucson starting at $19,995? Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty. It's Hyundai's Kickoff to Savings event at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
If you get nervous about having dental treatment, you're not alone. An estimated 35 million adults experience anxiety or nervousness at the simple thought of visiting the dentist. As your dentist, I strive to make your visit as painless or pain-free as possible. And I frequently tell my patients that in the 21st century, if we can give you medicines to put your tooth to sleep, or medicines to take an infection or toothache away, we can surely give you something to help relax you and take all fear away. No one ought to sit in a dental chair thinking of bad childhood memories or fearing injections. If you're a dental coward, but you really do want your teeth fixed, don't wait until the pain is killing you. Come in, tell us your fears, and set up an appointment. We have convinced many that dental treatment doesn't need to be scary anymore. For your helpful dental minute, I'm Dr. Kenny Bourgeois of Paradise Smiles. You shall never know all the good a simple smile can do.
Recently, the community's involvement, that's you out there in TV land, were able to provide critical information to the Guam Police Department to help solve a crime. It was a vandalism at one of our island's most cherished landmarks. Sergeant Paul Tapao is here, and we are going to talk about how this happened. Because, Sarge, you always tell us that our input is so essential to helping you guys do your investigations. How did this all go?
It really was just the power of social media. You know, the victims and I guess surrounding community members, they took photos of that, and you know, it was just the anger and frustration about what had happened out here on Route 16, and it spread through social media. And fortunately, what had happened was that they were able to identify the markings and the graffiti that was left, and you know, it took the community to come forward to actually bring us the closure to the case, and we were able to take a minor into custody for this crime against the community. And this wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the community involvement. And of course, the Crime Stopper stresses that, you know, to the T about community getting involved. And we need the community's help with our ongoing crime situation and what we're facing. And we won't be able to accomplish this without the community taking a step forward and understanding that they play that critical role for safety and security within our beautiful island.
And you and I, you know, we always go back and forth with this because you and I are the same age, but we say, you know, Guam was different way back when, during our parents' times. Millennials are different right now. But the one thing that all Guamanians have is we respect each other's property, and when people vandalize things or they tarnish somebody else's property, we really take that to heart. So that's when people really get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Pride plays a big thing, and what we're starting to see is that the community has opened up now. You know, with the efforts with our Neighborhood Watch program, with our community outreaches, with our Coffee with a Cup, we're starting to see the community come forward more than we've done in the past. And you know, our officers are absolutely inundated with the information that we've been getting. The success of the Mandarin Drug Task Force, that wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the community's efforts to understand that we're faced with an epidemic with drugs on our island. And you know, the recent vandalism that happened out here, I mean, that's just testimony of the community taking a stand against crime in our island. So we applaud you, but we can still do more. You know, there's still room for growth, and we want to encourage anybody or everybody out there that has any information of any criminal activity, call the Guam Police or utilize the Guam Crime Stoppers. Complete anonymity, and you know, you can receive a cash reward. So that's the beautiful thing about it.
Well, speaking of which, I understand our crime of the week this week is a game room that got hit that you need information on.
Yes, this week is a strong arm robbery that happened during Halloween, and it's over at the 24-hour game time game room on Airport Plaza in Tumuni.
Okay, everybody, let's check out how you can help.
On Tuesday, October 31st at around 8:30 p.m., officers assigned to the Tumuni Precinct Command responded to a robbery at 24-hour game room located at the Airport Plaza in Tumuni. Preliminary reports reveal that around 8:27 p.m., a male wearing a black hooded sweater, a red cloth covering his mouth, and dark sunglasses, blue jeans, armed with a black rifle, had entered the establishment demanding money. The male suspect was seen fleeing on foot towards the rear parking lot of Airport Plaza, and the Guam Police Department is asking the help from the community. If anyone has any information about this crime or any other crime, you can call our 24-hour hotline at 477-HELP, that's 4357, or submit a tip online at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. All calls will remain completely confidential, and a cash reward of up to $1,000 could be paid if the information provided leads to an arrest and a grand jury indictment. Your call does make a difference.
All right, Sarge, good segment as always. I want to say, a lot of people have come up to me. I'm sure they've come up to you. They come up to you all the time, and they were saying, "Thank you for those Halloween tips. You know,
yes,
how to dress. You know, especially like how to make sure that the dog doesn't bark. How not to scare the dog."
Yeah, I was pretty much overwhelmed with a lot of you know, people who, you know, the community members who came up and they were like, "Wow, you know, those were really good tips and everything." And anything that we can do to spread the message about safety and security. So, you know, the holiday is upon us, so be expecting more safety tips coming from your local Guam Police Department, and of course the partnership with KUAM.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
We are one team. And I just got to ask you, how good does it make you feel when you see all these little kids go in and they say, "I want to dress up like a police officer," or "I want to dress up like a firefighter"?
It just means a lot. You know, the first responders, they take it to heart when people want to imitate them and become like them. So, you know, thank you again for everything that the community does for us.
Outstanding. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, please stay tuned, everybody. We are back right after this.
The happiest, most colorful, and foamiest 5K is back. It's Triple J's annual Bubble Color Family Fun Run 5K set for Saturday, November 18th at the Triple J Auto Group main location in Upper Tumon in front of Kmart. Showtime is 5:15 a.m., start time is 6 a.m. Free shirts to the first 2,000 registrants, $10 race fee, $35 for group of 4, $15 on race day. Sign up at any Triple J location, Hornet Sports, or Goody Sporting Goods. Grand prize raffle is a round-trip ticket to anywhere in Asia or Micronesia from United Airlines. Free food from Outback, awesome raffle prizes, and fun activities for the whole family. Follow Triple J Auto Group on Facebook for race updates. All proceeds to benefit Guam Cancer Care, Lupus Awareness of Guam, the Boy Scouts Chamorro District, and Pacific Mission Aviation. Special thanks going out to Bank of Guam, Take Care Insurance, Tan Holdings, Gatorade, First Hawaiian Bank, Aon Insurance, Docomo Pacific, Mobile Oil Guam, Bank of Hawaii, and Triple J. Customers first.
Say hello to the widest 4G LTE network in the Marianas, Guam, Saipan, Tinian, and Rota. When your passion goes beyond your island, choose a plan that takes you further. With Docomo Pacific's My Plans, you can do a lot throughout the Marianas. 20 gigs for $79 or 30 gigs for $99. All the data you need to connect, share, and make all your ideas happen. Dream big, reach higher with My Plans. Docomo Pacific, better together.
It's Hyundai's Kickoff to Savings event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Score big, save big with the all-new redesigned Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. Gain those extra yards with up to 45 miles per gallon highway and an introductory savings of $4,500. Or check out Guam's best offensive line, like a new Accent starting at $11,995 or the new Elantra starting at $16,995. How about the new Tucson starting at $19,995? Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty. It's Hyundai's Kickoff to Savings event at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Find your reason to celebrate with a brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 8 at ITNE.
How does tourism work for Guam? Half a day! Tourism tax dollars fund improvements around our island. Tourism helps maintain our community centers and public parks. Tourism dollars are invested where it counts, promoting village shops and locally made products. Tourism keeps the spirit of our past alive through restoration of historical sites. Tourism supports environmental efforts that protect our natural resources. Tourism improves our quality of life. It helps make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Tourism works for Guam.
The KUAM Care Force is proud to announce our annual food drive to benefit the Salvation Army. Every year, we call on the community to come together and give to those in need. Donations of non-perishable food items may be dropped to the KUAM studios in Harmon up until Wednesday, November 22nd. All donors will have the chance to sign our We Can Make a Difference wall, and large organizations and schools can fill out their message in advance by downloading the sign on KUAM.com and KUAM News mobile app. Let's show everyone that we can make a difference in our community.
This message is brought to you by the KUAM Care Force.
We are giving your island weekend some extra positivity. Here are the newest members of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Happiest of birthday wishes tonight to Sophia Underwood. Happy birthday and we love you, say your family, especially Christine and your goddaughter Tavia. Happy birthday to Raiden Ordillas, who celebrates a birthday this weekend. And happy birthday wishes to Kevin Cruz. Make sure you check out KUAM.com and register absolutely free. All right, everybody, that's our time and that's your news. We'll see you tomorrow.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.